who is on the next edition of the Chronicles of Podcast this week.
Joining us this week is a man who has dedicated his life to telling stories, whether they be stories from his beautiful mind or the stories of others. This man has had loads of published fiction books. He's written biographies for people like Kane, Hodder and Tom Savini. This week, we are bringing you the incredible Michael Aloisi.
Yeah, this is up there again with one of my favourite interviews that we've ever done. It's just an absolute whirlwind of laugh. You think we're going to talk about horror stories for a while? Think again, ladies and gentlemen. You must be buzzing for Friday night. That's all I can say. I think Michael's in the wrong profession. Myself, yeah. I think he should be on TV in comedy, in some sort of comedy retrospect, alongside everything else that he does. Publisher, writer, filming vlogs and writing biographies and God knows what else. Breathing. I think that's another thing that he likes to do on the regular. But seriously, guys, this is an interview you do not want to miss.
This is absolutely phenomenal. You know, it's a good interview when you just put your questions away because you're just chatting and having a great time. This is fun. You guys are going to enjoy this one. Check it out.
Absolutely. And he turns to the side and looks at a calendar that definitely is not there and tells us other things like this.
So my brain is weird. It's constantly like paranoia. And just, I think, a childhood of not having friends and watching a lot of television, to where every single thing is just a story to me, to where, like, my wife and people who know me get annoyed because I'll look at something, like everywhere, go out somewhere and I'll look and I go, there's a bag. Someone left a bag over there. I bet you there's a severed hand in it. Just random, like whatever. And then like, what are you talking about? The freaking bag. And then, someone picks it up. I go, my idea was better.
Then he looks to the other side and goes, is that a bag? I wonder what's in that bag. Is it a severed hand? And then ponders other things like this.
But I was petrified of horror. And then I went over a friend's house, I want to say when I was like 13, and his friend's mom rented Friday the 13th Part 3. And I was like freaking out. So I sat on the couch way back with like a pillow and I'm like acting like, it's no big deal. And then as I started watching it, I'm like, boobs. All right, I got like.
And then he finishes writing his book Pieces, puts it down. Goes, Kane, I think we need to go and feed some lions and tigers. Holy crap, they're huge. And tells us other things like this.
That Kane is the toughest human I've ever met in my life. Like, we've walked through haunted houses and he just walks through and he's like, nah, that's cool. Like, nothing phases him. And that was the only time I ever saw him go, holy crap. Because when those tigers stand up, they're 10 feet tall. So I'm 6'2", and Kane's same height as me, and the freaking tigers are towering over us with the paws the size of our heads, and we're like, oh my God, like, and getting that close to it, it's like, oh, and it's like trying to hand it to it, and you're like, oh God, it's gonna kill you. It's terrifying, but amazing experience, to be that close to them,
That's right, guys. The Chronicles of Michael Aloisi, out this Friday at 6 p.m. UK time.
Be there or be rectangle, like a book.
Oh, makes perfect sense, Jamie. I love it. I'm so proud of you. I'm just going to be the shape of a hand.